What is up, everybody? Ray here, Punisher Lemans Garage, working on this Lemans. So I got this Solstice transmission, and I kind of went over the differences on them. Let me show you what I got to do. So the MA5 or AR5 out of the Colorado has a slip yoke tail housing, and the one out of the Solstice Sky has that. So what I found online was out of a 2000 Isuzu Rodeo, you can take this rear coupler out, and I'll have to cut it off right there at that where it steps up. You bolt that in there, and then you got a 4-bolt flange. I also got the drive shaft out of that same Isuzu Rodeo, which is the exact same length as the drive shaft currently in the car. So if my math's right, I should be able to just use this drive shaft, and it has a slip yoke in it right here. Now I don't know how strong it is. I'm not gonna be real abusive to this thing. I kind of learned my lesson on this last one until I get a good transmission, but we got that to do. And then I have to take this factory slave cylinder off, toss that, not going to use it. Then I got this factory Solstice bell housing. It's got to come off for the Fabbot kit. So I'm going to get started doing that. Okay, like I said, this is not my first choice of transmission. I would love to have like a TKX or a TKO transmission. It's not in the cards. I don't have the money for that right now, so that's not an option. So what is an option is the AR5 speed one. However, I think I've just encountered my first problem, and I think I'm going to have to re-drill and tap that. So not really an issue per se, but otherwise it's going to have that pointing down, and it really needs to come out the side. So I guess what I'll be doing is I guess I don't have to tap it. I'll have to tap it. So okay, not a big deal. Sorry to argue with myself. Now, these bell housing bolts are held on by, I think they're 14s. And I'm going to use my impact wrench, so it's probably going to get it noisy for a second. I apologize. Okay. Just seeing if I could get it in there or not. Alright, I got all the bolts out of it. I just went ahead and paused it and took the bolts out, so we didn't have to listen to my compressor. Now, as my partner in crime on the Pontiac Power Hour would say, little tappy tappy. That's loud, isn't it? Alright, we put that off to the side. Not going to use it. So, what this kit does, this is the Fabbot kit. This is the Fabbot next gen kit. What it does is it allows you to use your 4L60 bell housing. Now you got to find one that's removable, because not all 4L60 bell housings are removable. So you got to find one that's removable, and then you can remove it, and you can use this Fabbot kit to put it on. So it just slides back on the transmission how it was, and it comes with bolts. So, and I have all those bolts right here. Obviously, I had all this on the other transmission, so you know, I've used them before. So I really need something to prop underneath this thing. Let's see here. This will work. It's close. All right. So your machined lines go to this side, because that's where your let's see, that's where your clutch lines go to. Sorry, I'm trying to remember this. I don't remember how I took it apart. To be honest with you, I feel like I need to blow those holes out. A lot of junk coming out of them holes. I shouldn't be breathing that. I don't know what it is. If I had to guess, I would say it's old Loctite, but I would be doing exactly that, guessing. So, I know for sure that the bottom bolts take these Allen bolts, because the bell housing has to fit flush over it. All right, so I got it figured out. I was right. I just second guessed myself. It is the silver bolts. That's what happens. All right, you notice I just, other than the one, I just ran them up with my impact. I didn't crank them down with the impact. I don't want to strip nothing out. It's not on my agenda for today. Bad enough I'm changing the transmission. I don't want to add stripped out bolts to it. All right, so the tools in the little ammo box here, I just got back from Buddy's You Pull It in Springfield, Missouri. That's where I got the drive shaft and that rear coupler from. I guess I did tighten those with the impact a little tighter than I thought I did. Oh well. But in doing that, I noticed something, that this already has blank holes for the throwout bearing. So I may just go ahead and drill and tap that. For about 5 minutes of thinking, realizing I was going about this the wrong way, trying to drill that hole out, I realized that I have an AR5 over there out of a Colorado that uses that slave cylinder. And after looking at these two front plates, they are identically the same. So I cleaned it up. We're going to throw a little ultra gray on here. And we're going to throw it back together. Don't worry, I'll clean the excess off. I do not want that getting into the bearings. Then it'll be right. I don't know why I was going about that such the hard way. I don't know. This is the right way ultimately, I suppose. No matter what, at the end of the day, I'm still putting a transmission in my car that's designed for 205 foot-pounds of torque. So, you know, it's still probably not the right way, I suppose. But it's what we got, it's what we're doing. So, and there, after talking to a lot of people, I mean, there's a lot of AR5s out there that survive. The thing is, though, and what I did wrong was I power shifted into second gear. So what I need to do in the future is not do that. So in the future, we're going to just shift gears, let out on it, and then get back into boost from there and, you know, still win the race. So we'll get this thing put back together here, and then I'll get that cover put back. I don't know what I'm doing, but get that adapter plate put on. Let's see. I believe that, yeah, I know so. These bottom three get the Allen head because the bell housing actually sits on top of these, I think, if I remember right. Something like that. Either way, pretty sure that's how it goes. If not, not a big deal. I'll take them back out. You'd think I'd remember this stuff. I literally just took it apart the other day. But I do not remember. Also mad when I took it apart because I broke it. Well, it's tight. Yeah, probably over tight. Probably people watching like, this guy's a hack. And you might be correct. I don't know. All right, so that's done. Now we'll do this again. So the 3 Allen head bolts go in the bottom. And the other ones go up here. I'm trying to get my car together because there's a car show next weekend I'd like to take it to at the Maple Leaf in Carthage, Missouri. See if I can win another trophy. Okay. All right. So yeah, now the bell housing goes on like this, but I'm not going to put my bell housing on yet because I have to slide it under the car first. I don't have enough room. So, but that slave cylinder, you got this plate, goes on like this, and then your slave cylinder goes on like this. And I have a remote bleeder, so I got AN fittings on there. So I know I don't spend the money on a good transmission, but I'll splurge on the AN fittings. It's weird. And this uses a LS7 throwout bearing. Well, LS1, 2, 3, whatever. But I bought the LS7 clutch kit, which if I had to do again, I wouldn't, because it's really, really, really stiff. I'm not a fan of it, so. And then your bell housing just goes back on there like this. It goes on here somehow. I know it does. Like that. Nope. Yeah, like that. That's how it goes. Oh boy. You know what? I am going to go ahead and bolt this down. Then I'll just jack the car up more to get the transmission back under it, because I really just want to slide this in there. Put it together. And go. Kind of wondering if I could have this thing running today. I got enough time. I know I need to machine that piece, but I could just cut it off with my die grinder. We'll see what I decide to do. Well, apparently that's 15. right. Now, I believe the remote bleeder goes on top. And the feed line goes on bottom. All right, so that's that. So that's how you do that. Now, other than replacing that tail shaft piece, it's almost ready to install.